Kitchen. Today we're making cracked chicken in the Instapot. This recipe is a little bit of a different one than you've seen in other recipes. I like to use chicken thighs, and I don't like to shred up the chicken into the sauce. So let me show you what it looks like. I use chicken thighs, and the sauce is made with cream cheese and some cheddar cheese, bacon, ranch dressing mix. It's just delicious. So if you're on a keto diet, this is definitely keto friendly, so come along with me and let's make some cracked chicken in the Instapot. Let's take a look at the ingredients needed to make this recipe. 8 slices of your favorite bacon that you're going to dice up. 1 tablespoon of avocado oil, olive oil, or fat from the bacon drippings. 3 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs. A teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, some salt and pepper to taste. Now to the cream cheese sauce. You're going to need 2 packages of cream cheese, 16 ounces, 3 teaspoons of ranch seasoning. I bought my large container here at Costco, but you can also use 1 packet of ranch dressing. 1 1/4 cup chicken broth, 1/2 cup of cheddar cheese shredded. And the rest of these ingredients are optional. Some chives for garnish, some crushed red pepper if you like a little heat, and some onion powder if you like to put that in your cream cheese sauce. You can use 2 teaspoons of xanthan gum for a thickener, or cornstarch if you're not following a keto diet. And also some green onions for garnish. Let's begin by pushing the saute button on our Instant Pot. Let it warm up. While it's warming up, we're going to go ahead and chop up and dice up our bacon. I'm taking my 8 slices and just slicing them into thin pieces, putting them in a bowl and setting them aside. Once my Instant Pot says hot, we're ready to put in the bacon and start browning and crisping it up. I'm going to cook this for about 5 minutes. It's going to be not just translucent, but I'm actually going to make it on the crispy side. So you want it to be a little bit brown, cooked all the way through, and a little bit crunchy. Once it's done, I'm going to remove it with a slotted spoon and put it onto a napkin or paper towel, and then I'll take the bacon fat and pour it into a bowl. Now that my Instant Pot is empty, I'm going to go ahead and put about 2 tablespoons of the bacon fat back into the Instant Pot and let this warm up for a while I'm seasoning my chicken. I laid out a paper towel on top of my cutting board to lay my chicken on so I can season it thoroughly. The boneless chicken thighs have a lot of crevices, and I want to make sure I get seasoning in every section. So I put on my smoked paprika, put on my garlic powder, put on some salt and pepper. Now it's time to flip them over and season the second side. As soon as I'm done seasoning both sides of my chicken, it's time to start browning it in the Instant Pot. The bacon fat is nice and hot, so I put in a single layer of chicken at a time. For the amount of chicken pieces I have about 11 chicken thighs here. I'm going to be doing 3 batches. We're taking our 2 blocks of cream cheese that are a little bit softened, adding in our 3 tablespoons of ranch dressing, and about a teaspoon of onion powder. The onion powder is optional. I just happen to like that, so I'm going ahead and mixing that into my cream cheese until it's blended thoroughly. Now I flipped over my chicken and I'm cooking it about 3 minutes on each side. I'm going to remove it, put it onto a paper towel while I'm cooking the next batch, and just repeat until all the chicken has been browned on both sides. If you need a little more oil, you can put in a little more avocado oil, or in my case I'm using bacon fat. I put a little bit more in. Once all the chicken's been cooked and browned and removed from the pan, you can see there's a lot of brown drippings at the bottom of the pan. This is a good thing. You want that. So you're going to put in a couple tablespoons of your chicken broth into the bottom of the pan and scrape it. I like to use my wooden spatula, and it comes off real easy. There's heat there, and as you can see, you want it cleaned off the bottom of your pan, otherwise you might get a burn error. So leaving the drippings in there for flavor for the gravy later, I put in my trivet that came with my Instant Pot. I'm putting in about 1.25 cups of chicken broth at the bottom of my pan. Now I'm going to layer my brown chicken in layers in my Instant Pot, trying to lay them as flat as possible, but alternating them. Once the chicken is in the Instant Pot, I'm going to go ahead and take my bacon bits, reserving a little bit, and mixing it into my cream cheese. I want to reserve some of the bacon bits for garnishing at the end. So once I've mixed in the bacon, I'm going to dollop it on the top of the chicken. You don't want to mix it into the sauce at the bottom because you probably will get a burn error. So just dollop them on the top of your chicken and leave it as is. Now it's time to close up the Instant Pot. I always ensure that my rubber seal is pushed down and in position before I put the lid on my Instant Pot. I put on my lid, ensure it's locked in place, and set the vent to the sealing position. Now we're going to hit cancel if there was any time left over on the saute, and hit pressure cook for 15 minutes. Once the Instant Pot is done cooking, you'll hear a series of beeps, and then this will display on your screen. It means it's done cooking, and we're going to do a quick release. So I use my trusty spoon that came with my Instant Pot and push the valve to venting. Once all the pressure has released, the pin will drop, and then you'll know it's safe to open the Instant Pot. I know this is not the prettiest sight you've seen, but stay with me, it's going to be gorgeous by the end. So carefully scrape off some of the cream cheese, trying to leave it in the pot, and pull out your chicken pieces so we can finish the sauce. I keep scraping and trying to leave it in there. Be careful, the chicken is very tender. You don't want it to break up too much. I'm trying to keep the pieces intact as much as possible. Once I've removed all the pieces, I'm going to lift out my trivet and we're going to finalize the sauce. So the Instant Pot is off right now, but it's still very warm. So I give it a quick stir, add in my shredded cheddar cheese, and you can see it's making a nice cheesy, rich sauce. Starting to thicken up. Now, if this is not as thick as you'd like it, remember it does thicken as it cools. You can go ahead and add in your xanthan gum and water, or your cornstarch and water if you're not doing keto, to help thicken up the sauce. Once it's to your liking, then you're done. Now it's time to plate up the food. You put down the piece of chicken, you put on the sauce, you top it with some additional bacon bits and some chopped green chives, and serve it with your favorite veggie. And there you have it, cracked chicken made in the Instant Pot. If you enjoyed this recipe, please give my video a thumbs up and comment down below. If you would like to see more of my videos, please hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell to be informed when my next video is available. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.